Welcome to Why Not Us podcast. And tonight, brand new series is a single parent perspective. You already know what that means. You already see the title. And these ladies will be
Yeah.
sharing their stories. So
You need anything? No.
they will be sharing their stories momentarily.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm sorry. I'm multitasking. Life of a
You
single parent.
good. You good.
So
So
just start.
yeah, just go ahead and start. You can go ahead and start, Paige.
Hey, my name is Paige. Been a single parent since I was 18. My perspective on being a single parent is like being that one kid in high school that's on a sports team. You are good enough to play, but you don't get that much playing time, and you just you're a part of something, but you're really not because the one thing, and that's like having a kid. You know what I'm saying? Went to high school in a small town. Everybody knew everybody's business. I was, I wouldn't say a shy teenager, but I just kept to myself. I was designed that way, and so when I got pregnant, I wasn't ashamed, but I just felt like, really, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Cause shit, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. But it was one of those things. I was grateful for my village because, in spite of, I still walked across the stage. I still went to college. My mother was excellent. My sister, my brother-in-law, my stepdad, my brothers, my extended family was really there to help me. And my life wasn't over, even though a lot of times I was put in that box that, oh, you can't do nothing because you got a baby. It made you really not fit in one way or another. Because in my peer group, you was a hot girl because now you got a baby. But no, that wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know I was pregnant. I had never been pregnant before.
Assistant needing room
It wasn't
21. Assistant needing room
it
21.
wasn't nothing that my family discussed because my mother was very old school. So, it happened. I gave birth to my son the day of my junior prom. I got up to go to school, get my nails done, bought a prom dress and everything. But along came a bundle of joy. It was not hard for me, but I did it. You know what I'm saying? Then 2 years later, I had my daughter. That's when I really stepped into single parenthood because even though me and her dad was together, I had to make a conscious decision for both of my kids at 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? He was a good father to her, but he wasn't accepting to my other child. So I had to make a decision, and I did. It was hard. Sometimes it is still hard, you know what I'm saying, because it cost me a lot of time with my son, even though my whole thing was I wanted stability and safety for him. And y'all seen the post. My boy got it going on. He's married, he's a father, he was a Marine, he's out now. He's doing very well in spite of, because statistically they were gonna say that he wasn't gonna be nothing because his mom was 18 and his dad wasn't present. I never talked ill about his dad. His dad chose to be 18. I chose to be a parent. It is what it is. I didn't know how to be a parent, so I used the tools that I had, which was my family, my mom, my sister, very small family. But we made it through. Now I'm in my fabulous 40s, transitioning into a single parent of adult children, it never stops. It you are constantly in a time travel because where your life was pushed forward in becoming a parent, now you're playing catch up as an adult to being an adult, and it can get difficult at times, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Honey, I would not have a kid in today's society. So I'm glad I'm done. For all my friends that have 4 and 5 years old, good luck with that. I'm not interested. I'm a grandparent now. That's a whole nother trip. But, you know, more or less, I think being a single parent has grown me. It really has opened me up to really know who I am, you know. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I enjoy being a single parent. I enjoyed being a single parent. Um, I can't really say that it was bad for me. You know what I'm saying? I just went through life and I'm here. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm stable. I'm blessed. So that's my perspective on it. I think single parents get a bad rap, but hey, you know, that's neither here nor there.
Hey everybody, I'm Shay. Um, I'm just starting out at 30, having a kid. God, he tapped me in late. Um, it's been rough because when I told the person I was pregnant, he ran like Harry Tubman. So it was like, okay, you got to do it by yourself. It just is what it is. But I have been blessed enough to have the people in my life for her because she doesn't want for anything. Like once I finally exposed that I was pregnant, everybody was like, "Oh, what do you need?" Even still to this day, they don't do it for me; they do it for her. So she definitely sat me down because I was living my best life. I had dropped all that weight too. I was out here having fun, and 9 months later, Similac, I got a whole kid. There's nothing I can do but just be a parent. But it's got me to the point of the clubs and big crowds and things I used to like to do. I'm starting to grow out of it. And having a kid definitely shows you like your strengths of you be so tired, but you like, I got to do it because I got a kid. It's not for me anymore. It's what she needs. So I mean, I'm big on a person having two parents because I didn't grow up with a father. And again, like you said, he chose to be what he wanted to do, life over my life. So I mean, it just is what it is, and I'll be trying to work things out. People make such things so hard, but it's like you can't make nobody do what they supposed to do. So all you can do is what you have to do, like because even though I mean I chose to have him, so all I can say is I have to take care of her regardless of what the other person do. But he gave me a beautiful gift. She's very charismatic. She laughs a lot. She smiles a lot. She's not whiny, and it's like I look at it as their loss over mine. I gained the best blessing I ever could have got. That's about it, though. I be trying to build a relationship with my daddy, but that's another show. We'll talk about that next time. I'm just let's go. Oh, Jesus.
All right, Reba, you can go next.
Hey everybody, my name is Reba, and I'm a single parent of two boys that are 10 and 13. Lord Jesus, I have to remember. But anywho, 10 and 13, I became a single parent when I was 21. Um, it was hard. It was hard. I had the support from my family, but I didn't have that mental and emotional support, if that makes sense. So they were there to provide for what my son needed, but they weren't there for me. So as of right now, today, I started going to therapy to kind of deal with the emotions that I didn't deal with when I was pregnant with my kids. Um, But other than that, I feel like I have grown since I've had them. And they're really good kids. They're really good kids. Neither of their fathers are in their lives, and I'm kind of glad, in a sense, that they're not. Um, because thank God my dad is around, and he has taking that place as a father figure. So I feel like they're getting what they really need from him in that regards. But my oldest just turned 13. He's AB student. He was recently inducted in the Junior Honor Society at his school. My 10-year-old makes threes and fours. He's going to fifth grade this year. So I really feel like I'm doing a good job, even though some days it's like, okay, am I doing a good job? But when I see them striving in school, and I get a lot of compliments, even when we're out in public, like, your kids are well behaved and well mannered, and it lifts me up to be like, okay, Reba, keep going. You're doing what you're supposed to do, and everything is, it's gonna be okay. And the Lord will continue to provide people in my path along the way to just give them what they need if I'm not able to do it. So yeah, it's a struggle. The struggle is real, but the reward is even better. So that's my say.
All right, you can go, Mama Nick.
Hello, everyone. Um, I'm a single parent of three men and one woman. My children are grown now. My oldest son is 36 years old. Um, I became a parent when I was 16 years old, and I kind of think it might have been my choice to be a single parent because sometimes, unfortunately, you find out that the person that you're with is not the person that you want to be with, that's growing with you and going in the same direction with you. Um, so I think I kind of chose that. Um, and the other parent, I think that, he did great co-parenting. Sometimes being a single parent is not always a bad thing. And sometimes it could be a mutual agreement. It doesn't have to be that you guys are, bickering. I mean, like I said, there was no growth, and I just felt that I needed to move on. I think that I did a great job. I raised four beautiful children, and my sons are the greatest. Two of my sons have children, and they are great parents. One of my sons, he has four kids. One of his daughters is by someone else other than the one that he has the three children by. And then another one of my sons, he have two, and I mean they're great parents. And a lot of times I pat myself on the back for that because they see how I raised them, and what I instilled in them. And then also the flip side to that, I guess they don't want to they want their children to grow up with two parents in the home, I don't know what the objective is, but I just feel good that I think I was a good parent. I'm proud of my kids. I mean, I worked very hard to make sure my kids had everything that they needed. They never wanted for anything. We never been hungry. We never been homeless. They always had good health care. So I think that for me, it took a lot of strength because sometimes when you need babysitting, you don't have reliable babysitters and stuff like that. I think that was like the hardest thing that ever happened to me with being a single parent.
All right, you next, Shannon.
Hey everybody. I'm sorry that I'm late. Let me apologize. So I have two boys. They're 15 and 16. My youngest is, I call him Mari. My oldest is Tay. And I think this is the hardest job I have, but I enjoy it. We kind of grew up together. I found out I was pregnant with Tay 2 weeks before I graduated. I had a full scholarship to Carolina, so I knew that I had to work because I had to take care of my son. Then I found out I was pregnant with my second son, like when I was 6 months. I was really sick. I just kept
Give her a second. She'll be back. It's going in and out. But ladies, I appreciate y'all for coming up here and giving y'all perspective, and I respect each and every one of y'all. And yeah, being a single parent at times can be very hard, and I commend anybody that's, doing what they have to do for their kids, no matter the circumstances, you still holding the fort down. So I respect that, so yeah. Y'all have anything to say or anything, ladies?
I just think that, I wouldn't change it. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a few relationships that they just like, I can't recall her name. I think it was um the other lady that has adult children.
Nikki,
Nikki, I'm sorry, babe.
no
I'll
problem.
remember her face, but I'll forget a name. But you know, a lot of times you feel guilty because you want to give your kids that ultimate stability of two parents, especially when you're a single parent of a son. All the backlash you get if you are too protective, you think your son is your man and na. And it's like, okay, that's sick. Who thinks like that? You know what I'm saying? But then having a daughter, you got to be uber careful because you want to set an example for her, and that's how I had to live my life. Like some men that I dated, they were enough for me, but they weren't good enough for my kids. So that kept me from having a lot of relationships because it
Mhm.
became almost secretive. Like, oh, you got kids? I just rather not talk about it because I knew from the gate, you not gonna be in their lives. They got daddies. I'm not looking for no stepdaddy. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean I don't have a life too. So, it. I just think that's one thing that I wish people would really get over. You know what I'm saying? Not all of us are bitter. Me and my daughter's father, my daughter would be 25, and we still co parent. He's been there every day of her life, but guess what? We didn't work out, but that didn't stop him from being a parent, and that didn't stop me from letting him be a parent. My son's father, I don't have anything negative to say about him. We were 18, you know what I'm saying? We had no business doing what we were doing. He had to go establish his life, and I had to establish mine. I just got to establish mine with a wonderful little boy. And, I messed up still. I didn't get it right all the time. Me and my son have had our ups and downs. We still do, but it's not the end of the world. And you see so many people have kids and hurt them because they got to do it by themselves, or all the kids in the foster system, because we out here doing it by ourselves. But it can be done. And I just wish people would understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a curse. It's a gift. Who wouldn't want to love their children all to themselves all day long? Keep every little piece of that for yourself. You know, I that's just my perspective on it. If my daughter was to have a child and she didn't want to be with the dad, I wouldn't make her feel bad about that or pressure her into a relationship because, oh, that baby need a daddy figure or blase blase. You know, no, you could do bad by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you can do even worse with help. All help's not good help. So, being a single parent is a superpower. Can't nobody take that from you. That's that's my take on it. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I agree with her. I do because it's like, even though like I'm doing it by myself, in the mornings when I roll over and she's jumping on my back, okay, now it's time to get up. What can I do but smile? Like That's all I could do. It'd be hard, trust me. Them door dashes in the heat with no air, I want to punch, but I can't. I gotta keep going. Like it's all for her. But do I want to date? Yeah. But it also makes me nitpick with people too, because if you're gonna be around my kid, I gotta see what you about. Like I just can't have anybody around her because people are weird. You know what I'm saying? People are really weird, and they don't have kids, so they don't respect it, or they don't respect your hustle, or they try to judge you. I don't like that. Yeah, I chose to have her, but that's my choice. What does that have to do with you? Are you gonna come in here and love us, or you go to fuck on? It's either or.
I know that's
So it's like all I can say is Horizon was the best thing that ever happened. His loss, not mine. But it's like I don't know how people could grow up having both parents and then you have a kid and not want to give your kid the same thing. But I look at it too, like I didn't grow up with my dad, and had I grown up with him, I probably would have been a terror because my dad is from North. And if knowing the things I know now, and if I would have grew up with him, it could have been a bad thing. So it's like I try to take every aspect of things I've learned and incorporate it into her. So maybe at this moment he'll get it together. It's still a shock. Okay, cool. But she'll be 1 in October. Ain't too much shocker in the world. Like what you gonna if you gonna be there, if not, leave her alone. There's no back and forth. Like I'm not gonna allow nobody to damage my child.
I think that a 2-family home is a very wonderful thing. But I mean, if it's just not working, it's just not working. I mean, you can't force something that's not gonna work. But I don't oppose of a 2-family home. I mean, I think either or is good. It's just that being a single parent is just that you have to do double work. You know what I mean? And like me, like I said, I have 3 grown sons. I couldn't really teach my sons how to be a man. I could give them examples of how to be a man because I'm not a man, and I just taught them to be very respectful towards women, very respectful, period. But I think that even though I was a single parent to boys, I think I kind of made them better men. That's just from my point of view.
I agree with that because I look at the type of husband and father that my son is with his wife, and he married very young at 20 years old, and he's in it. He loves his wife, and I think that is partly because he has seen me from the outside looking in. They thought that I was loveless because I just didn't have that love life in front of them, but it really nurtured him in being a husband and a father. He told me his last year of high school, Ma, the next girl I bring home, I'm going to marry. And that's what he did. And he became a provider, a father. You think he's my father sometimes, but that's neither here nor there. But, like I said, it can be a great thing. Yeah, I couldn't teach him how to shave or change oil in a car, but that's where my village came in. I have an amazing brother in law. My stepfather, when he was living, taught him how to be a southern gentleman, you know, and I couldn't ask for nothing less, nothing more in that situation. So I was blessed, you know.
So, ladies, I appreciate y'all for coming to the platform. It's a couple comments over here. Everybody that's joining, what's going on? How y'all feeling tonight? Thank y'all for coming through, showing love. I got one question for y'all before we go. Like, if y'all could give advice to someone that's a single parent and just having their first child and they feel like they don't have any help, like what would you tell them to encourage them.
Keep going. That's all you can do. It's gonna be okay. Yeah.
That child that you have growing inside of you, for one, that's saying that you have something special going on. God chose you specifically for that child, and they need you. And there's no such thing as a perfect parent. You No such thing as a perfect child. Children get sick, we get sick, we go through life, and just take it one day at a time. Enjoy the highs, respect the lows. You know, you're gonna go through. Ain't no way around it. You're gonna go through something. And if you're not going through life, then you're standing stagnant. You're standing still. So it's just, now you have a lifelong little broke best friend that is gonna be there for you. You know what I'm saying? And your life is not over. It's just beginning. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, I was there was no shame in my game. You know what I'm saying? If I couldn't buy Pampers, I got on the internet, churches, whatever. Look, I'm doing my best. My baby needs Pampers. You know what I'm saying? And I had some people side eye me, but at the end of the day, I did what I had to do. So
I say pray, stay strong. I mean, have a lot of faith. I mean, set goals. They could be small goals, but let them be for your child. Like, I want to be this type of parent. I want my child to have this. I want my child to have that. I want to teach my child this, that. I want for my child to be able to travel. I want to teach my child how to be a hardworking person, how to be an educated person. Also, on the flip side of that, if you and the dad don't get along or you just can't be together, also, I don't believe in teaching the child to be mad at that man, because whatever we didn't have together doesn't have anything to do with the child. I definitely exclude that out of my child's life and mine too, because I let the child do their own judging, or it doesn't even have to be any judging. I mean, what happened with me and dad doesn't have anything to do with you. I think that I'm very happy in the place that I am in life, even though I was a parent since I was 16. But I think that I did a great job with my kids. None of them were ever on drugs or anything like that. I never was on drugs. I mean, it's not that hard as it seems. Yes, you're gonna have hiccups. I'm not saying that I didn't, especially because I started out at 16 years old. But I mean, I just kept rising to the top. You can't let nothing let you down, because nobody is going to help you but you. And there's a little kid looking at me wanting to be fed. There's a little kid looking at me that needs shoes. There's a little kid looking at me that need medical attention. They need their immunizations. So I cannot give up. I have to keep pushing through.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, because I had to unmute myself.
I'm like, dang, I said, Lord, my phone went out. Jesus, fix it.
I was still on mute.
I get that one phone call and knock everything out. I was like, now I see her lips moving.
You got time tonight, huh?
No, this is just me. I don't know.
I love it.
No, it's like, I do got time tonight. I do got time. I see. What they said, I agree with everything. It's just, if you become pregnant and all you gotta do is just rock it out. I mean, definitely pray, because God don't put anything in front of you that you can't handle.
Amen to that.
Yes, if he gave you a kid, look at me. I am 30, about to be 32, and I got an infant. Like, wow. I was like, I wanted to grow up with it, but it's like, even though I didn't have her young, I'm still young, but I still get a chance to grow up with her, because I had to grow up. I can't do childish things anymore. Like, she's a child now. I got to actually grow up. That's the only thing about becoming a parent. But single parenting, I mean, it is what it is. Like they said, my life is not over. I have people asking, they, get her. Like, I actually have people don't have that. Like, can I get the baby tonight? Can I spend time with her? I got lucky. I really did. So I just look at it as, I don't know. All I can do is just look at everything and smile. And I do not regret her or the person that helped me make her.
That's a whole nother show. I don't regret them. They just, both of my kids' fathers are good men. They're good men, but they just weren't for me. And then people be like, well, how you let two good men go? Very carefully. It's a secret. I can't tell you, but you know, it hasn't ruined my perspective on relationships, but it has, it has definitely made me look at dating differently. So, yeah.
Okay. I appreciate y'all for coming up here again. Y'all know this like the first episode. So, they was introducing themselves and, letting you know about their story. So, it'll be a second episode, third episode, and we'll go more in depth on different topics. So once again, this is Why Not Us Podcast, and we out.